Good morning, and welcome to Bloomberg and Bloomberg Law. I'm David Perla. I'm the president of Bloomberg B&A's legal division and of Bloomberg Law. Thrilled to welcome all of you here today. Really delighted to be participating with one of our law firm partners, both in the larger sense and in the privacy, data security, and data protection world, Pepper Hamilton. So thrilled to all have you here. Want to apologize in advance. Right after I introduce Sharon, I have to run upstairs and get on a call about our newest privacy and data security product, which tells you how timely this field really is and this event really is. We were chatting outside very briefly. I had been the head of legal over at Monster.com in the early 2000s about what it meant to be in privacy and data security on the legal side 15 odd years ago. And the answer was pretty simple, which was data security meant call your CTO, make sure she or he had everything in line, check. In the US, make sure you had a privacy policy and were complying with it, and the FTC would leave you alone, check. And in Europe, sign up for the safe harbor and make sure you were doing what it said, which you left your CTO, check. It's really a sign of how much the world has evolved, and as Sharon will talk about, the geopolitical environment has evolved, and indeed the needs of data security professionals have evolved, that we're all here today having the roles that we have. So delighted to have you and to welcome you. I hope it's an informative day and when we walk out, to quote Mike Newborn, a little bit more secure tomorrow than we are today and every day thereafter. With that, I'm going to hand it to Sharon Klein, chair of Pepper Hamilton's Privacy, Security, and Data Protection Practice.
Thank you, David. Good morning, everyone. I'm with Pepper Hamilton, and we are happy to sponsor this event with Bloomberg. I chair our privacy and data security practice, and I'm sure that all of you have some familiarity with privacy and security, which is why you're here. You're trying to build some awareness of, okay, now we're scared. What do we really do to help our clients get out of that? So we've also helped at Pepper and provided you a stress relief, which may be the best solution of any in terms of privacy and security today. Because from a data breach perspective, your clients are experiencing data breaches, and it's not if it's going to happen, it's when it will happen. And for some of our clients, because I lead our data breach response team, it's not once, it's 5 times, it's 10 times. So our first panel today will address proactive security management strategies, utilizing the FTC Guide to Business Start with Security as a framework for the 10 steps. And that is an absolutely fascinating exercise that the FTC has provided to us, really to temper the Wyndham lack of notice of the requirements from the FTC. So they bundled up all of their 50 enforcement actions into 10 easy, digestible steps, which our first panel will help you walk through. I am on the second panel, which is the art of the deal in the age of cyber. We're talking about cyber risk for corporate and commercial transactions, given that about 80% of the assets in deals today are digital in some way. How do we deal and structure those transactions? And what do we do to essentially make sure from a compliance due diligence perspective that there is mitigation, not elimination of security and privacy compliance risk? Our final panel is a litigation panel, and we'll update what to do in the first 24 hours of the breach. And increasingly, the first 24 hours are also when the class actions are getting filed, so you issue the notice. And what other industry actually invites that kind of litigation, right? When you have a breach, you send out to like millions of people that you had a breach. Of course, you're going to get a class action. That panel will talk about who's bringing the suits, what are the causes of action, and what are the defenses. So with that, without further ado, we have a pretty packed morning. I want to hand it over to Mike Newborn, who is the Vice President and Chief Security Officer for Bloomberg B&A, and he will moderate the first panel on before the breach, top-level cybersecurity. Mike?